Hey y'all, Bloodwing here, back to bring some grumpiness to your internet, and welcome back to Redneck Radio live stream, where today you get an extra healthy side helping of, hush puppies. That works for me. We had Long John Silver's yesterday. I loved their hush puppies, so yeah, hush puppies. How's everybody doing? Um, I see Jen out there. Jaeger Pony was early. Clinton Whitaker. Beth Castleman. Hi, guys. John Connor, Kyler, Cashel. Hey, Viper Sword. Hope everybody's doing good. Clinton Whitaker says, love me some hush puppy. Oh, yeah. I do love a good hush puppy. Um, hey, Maddie. Hey, how you doing? So I hope everybody's doing really well today. Mad Max, Michael Weiner. I'm sort of here, sort of not. Sorry. Well, me too, Michael, and I'll explain here in a minute. Willie Billy. And if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Uh, but Green Thunder to Mighty, um, and Shio. I am for now. I'll probably pull somebody in here after bit. But I thought I'd start out with just me, Viper. Straight Sith Mail. Hey, Sean DW. Gulf City Johnny Blaze. Iceman Northland. I'm going to be here all day naming off everybody comes in. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Um, yeah, I'm not all here either. Michael, and there's Cryptic. Yeah. Um, Maddie says, "I wish I could join you, but I'm organizing and packing." Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I seen your tweet. Yeah, as I've mentioned before, I'd rather take a beating than move. Viber says, I sound drained. Yeah, and there's a reason for that, and it's why this may be a short one. I don't know. We'll see how. I'm just going to take it as it goes. Haven't had a lot of sleep. Um, couldn't sleep last night. Woke up about 2:30 in the morning and couldn't get back to sleep. So I got back, and I didn't go to bed till about 10:30, 11. So um, I've tried to go back, take a nap a couple times since then, and probably managed maybe an hour and a half, but between it all. So yeah, I'm kind of exhausted. I mean, I am absolutely exhausted, but I just can't seem to sleep. Just one of those days, you know. Another case, my body hates me. TOS, how you doing? So if I get too sleepy, too tired, I'm probably in this. It was a close one. I almost decided not to stream. Uh, yeah, can't turn your brain off exactly. Um, but since I promised you all I'd be here today, I figured I'd better come on at least for a little while, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll make it, maybe I won't, but we'll see how it goes. Um, would offer to help me say, but I'm in Illinois and too far from my crippled left to drive. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. You could be there by in the morning though. I know I've made the trip. Cause I hear wine can help with that. Yeah, yeah, probably. But I didn't want to drink anything last night. I had because I got to get up early and go get the granddaughters, take them to school. So you just need more coffee. Well, that's always. I've got. I've got. Of course, I've got my coffee. Um, as I mentioned before, I've drank so much coffee over my adult years. I'm so immune to it that it doesn't affect me. It doesn't make me twitchy. Doesn't make me hyped up. I can I drink half a pot of coffee and go right to bed. Done it many times, many times. Um, Viper offering some help there to Maddie. Don't know if she wants to take it, but uh, excuse me a minute while I take a drink of said coffee. All right. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. Your week for most people, if you have a normal work week, your week's almost over. This being Thursday, so yeah, hang in there, folks. Tomorrow's Friday. Um, good luck. Hope something stable happens. Same here. I'm immune to coffee, but the action drinking helps. Yeah, I just like coffee. I just really like coffee, and that's why I drink it. It's not for the boost because I don't get that anymore. I've just drank far too much of it. At best, it keeps me even. It doesn't really wake me up, but it just kind of keeps me even killed, if that makes sense. Uh, and Theodore Wench Ginger, I'm pretty sure Viper can. I'm pretty sure she can. Um, so what's going on since the last stream? Not a lot. It's been kind of quiet, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Our new glasses are done. We haven't went and got them yet, but we'll do that tomorrow. And so hopefully that will help me see the screen a little better. Although the doctor, eye doctor, said that this set of glasses really isn't that much stronger than my last set, just a little, and that's about where my eyes are. Everything was just blurry enough to be annoying and for me to misread things. So excuse me. Yeah. So there's that. Um, let's see what else. I've pretty much caught you all up on Tuesday stream on everything going on. I think. Sean DW says caffeine has no effect. Kyle says caffeine is the only way I'm aware of the world at all. Some days, yeah, yeah. I feel you. Sheargrass is the companies who make sanitizing gel must be rubbing their hands together. Oh, I see what you did there, Shio. Oh goodness. But yeah, I did hear that they're having trouble keeping hand sanitizer on the shelves. I don't know personally, but somebody was telling me that at work yesterday. I think. Um, more of the coronavirus nonsense, I suppose. So, my resources introverts will take over the world without leaving their bedrooms. Yeah, maybe. Uh, I don't know. Um, Kyler says hasn't had a day off for 2 weeks with no end to the overtime in sight. Goodness, Kyler. I don't know whether to commiserate with you or to congratulate you for the overtime. Depends on how you look at it, half full or half empty. Jay Wolf is there saying hello. Hello, Jay. How you doing? Um, but yeah, I was hoping that I didn't sound as tired as I felt, but I guess that's kind of hard to hide. Theater Witch Ginger, how you doing? This works best on the run. Isopropyl alcohol. Yeah. Um, I mean, like I've mentioned before, we keep a big bottle behind the counter at work, and I I do use it at work. When I see people coming in sniffling and snotting, and like that homeless guy I was talking about Tuesday, I swear I thought that man was wearing gloves. I really did. out of the corner of my eye, that's just how black his hands were, back and front. It was, ugh, my goodness. Those hands probably hadn't been washed. I don't even want to think about in how long. Um, Kyler says a little from side A, a little from side B. Yeah, I like the money, but I'm getting a little too old for this much overtime. I hear you. I do hear you. Um, Kind of a mixed bag, isn't it? Theater Winston says, I'm well today. Thank you. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm well. Just tired, lack of sleep. And I have tried. In fact, just before the stream, I went to about, well, right after I set the stream up at about 12:30, I went and tried to lay down, and I maybe got an hour. After all the tossing and turning, might have got an hour in there out of 2 hours of trying. So, uh, yeah, you're right. In situations like that, Maddie, you're just too tired to spend the money you made on overtime. That's true. That is true. Theater West Ginger lives at Jay Wolf says, yeah, I'm new to this show. Well, welcome. Welcome. Um, Hope you're not disappointed. Well, of all days for you to show up, the day when I've had no sleep and might end the stream early, I'm not sure. That's not going to make that big of an impression on you, I'm afraid. But welcome, and hope you like what you hear and see and all that stuff. Uh, Sugar Blonde's got coronavirus. He's got Wanker's flu. Okay. Did you misspell it there, Jay Wolf? I'm sorry. Deck Train, how you doing? California city governments force landlords to let those on government assistance to rent the property. Yeah, I've heard that. I have heard that. Josephine says all my overtime is going on bills for the next 2 months. I understand that too. Been there, done that. Brad Young, how you doing? Excuse me. Yeah, that's pretty much our situation. All the extra money we make usually goes on bills. No fun in that, but it's the world and it's the way things got to be. Adulting's hard sometimes. Um, and thank you, Willie Billy, for the donation. 50% coffee, 50% whiskey. Thank me later. Never been much of a whiskey person. I mean, I had my period in my late teens, early 20s that I was drinking it like everybody else, but that was because it was the thing among my group of friends. That's what everybody was drinking. But I can't say that I ever liked it. Not a big whiskey drinker. Managed to pay off my rent arrears this week. Hey, well, good for you, Dream. I'm making out doing it though. Good for you. Deck transfer for minute coffee. Yeah, Irish coffee. Um, Let me get a drink here. And that break brought to you by good old Mountain Dew. Throat was getting a little dry there. Hey Pat, how you doing? Brad Young says I prefer whiskey. Beer takes up too much room in my belly. And Necrosol, how you doing? I just don't drink a whole lot anymore. I get a headache almost right from the get go, and that's just not worth it to me. Sugar, did you see the Johnny Boychuk injury? Dude fell over in front of him, caught the guy's skate blade with his face. No, I didn't see that. Wow. I guess that's what they were talking about on Bob and Tom this morning when I tuned in. They were talking about somebody getting a bunch of stitches in their face, so it must have been him because I couldn't catch who it was. Um, um, season 3 of Castlevania came out on Netflix today. Oh, okay. I've been getting it back into revisiting the original Borderlands myself the last couple of days. Having fun doing that. Um, love that game. I'm one of the weird ones. I like the first one better than any of the others. That's not to say that they were bad. I just liked it first because, or better because it was the first one that got me into it. I've been playing it. J Kid actually had a copy when it first came out. He had pre-ordered it, so he was one of the first ones to get it. What, 11 years ago now? The game's about 11 years old and still holds up. Um, so yeah, I've been revisiting that. But it'd be a lot funner if I had people to play with, but enjoying going back through that world and enjoying the humor, which is what I just love most about it. Um, Pat says, I was watching this subversion of Hunter X Hunter and just made a joke on Twitter. All right. Brad Young says, I have that game. What's it like? It's a shooter. It is a shooter, but it's also kind of an RPG. It's an RPG shooter because there is a skill tree, and you can skill your uh, characters out the way that you want them. And the thing I like most about it is that even though certain characters are obviously experts at certain things, like for instance, Mordecai, who's my absolute favorite, is a sniper. He has skills that helps him with the sniper. Any character can actually use the sniper rifle. They're not going to be as deadly with it as he is, but they can use it and to great effect. And I like that. You're not just zeroed in on just one thing, and the skills are broad enough that you can actually you can make many of the same character and not have the same character because just there's so many combinations. Thank you for the donation, Willie. Billy, do you have 6 pin power in your new PC? I got a 1060 from my old build. Excuse me. Upgraded to dual RX 780s. I'm not sure, Willie Billy. I don't know. Um, so it's like a cross between Fallout and Call of Duty. In a way, the other thing that people liked about it is there is an infinite number of weapons in the game. They have an algorithm in the game that randomly generates different weapons with different stats, with different powers. So there's rarely any two guns exactly the same in the game, and there are some crazy ones, especially if you have the DLCs, and so forth. Push button. Sorry, I'm late, but I've been eating pizza. Well, hope you're enjoying it. Not much of a pizza guy myself, but hey, you enjoy it. So Warren is out, huh, Pat? Yeah, well, I haven't been keeping up, to be honest with you. You can have a sniper that shoots rockets. Yeah, you can. Um, and and it's not only the gameplay, which I love the gameplay on it and all of that. I've been playing it on PC, Brad Young, but I did have it on 360 first. But they were having a sale on Steam for the entire Borderlands, and got some pretty good deals. The whole Borderlands. If you guys are interested, you might want to look. They've got excellent deals on the entire franchise right now because they're getting ready to come. The third one, the newest one, is getting ready to hit Steam, so they're celebrating that. That's the one I really want to give it a try, but it'll probably be a while before I can afford that one. But I do have it on my wish list on Steam. Hint, hint. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But yeah, and it's a whole lot of fun. I've got great memories. J Kid, And for those of you new to the channel, don't know, J Kid is my son. We played a lot of that together, a lot of it, and a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to play with other people on there. The characters can complement each other so very well. And even if you don't have a mix, if you have a team full of the same character, a team full of Mordecai's will still work. You don't. The way the game is made, you don't have to have that healer, and you don't have to have that tank, and you don't have. You can make it all work the way that it is. Though they do have those classes, Mordecai in the first one, it's different in the second one. The different characters, but in the first one, Mordecai is your sniper. Lilith is your you would call her the magic user. She uses a phase power. You have Roland, who is the jack of all trades kind of thing. He's the soldier and uses a turret. And you have Brick, who is just hilarious, who is your tank melee guy that specializes in using rocket launchers. So yeah. But no, I have not played the Force yet. Deck Train, to answer your question. Yeah, Squeenix is having good sales too with the FF7R demo out this week. Yeah, yeah. I've been looking at some of the stuff on Steam. Can't afford all of it for sure, but I've been looking at some of it. There's some pretty good deals going on out there, and it's not even summer yet. That's usually when they have the biggest deals, I find. But there's some pretty big ones, and like I said, if you guys are interested in the Borderlands series, or if you've had it on like your 360, but you want it on your computer, they've got some really great prices on their stuff. I've never seen it that low right now. So yeah, go check it out if you're interested. Push Button says, I've been back on with Battlefield 1. Much more fun now. It's fully rolled out, and all the noobs bought it cheap so they can be my cannon fodder. I haven't played a straight shooter like Battlefield and Call of Duty in a long time. I used to play them a lot, and I do enjoy them. But as I get older, my reaction time gets slower and slower and slower, and it just got to where it wasn't fun getting beat out by some mouthy 12-year-old all the time. You know, blood's not a straight shooter. No, I do. I always enjoyed the shooters. I finally had to make the decision, and I had to be honest with myself that I'm just getting too old and too slow to play, straight up shooters like Call of Duty and Battlefield and games such as that. It's I just can't compete, unless I'm playing with friends, or family such as J Kid and others. It's no fun. Same with MOBAs. I like MOBAs. I do. But yeah, I'm not playing it online with other people. First of all, those MOBA who their communities are very toxic and constantly getting called a noob because you are, but you can't become not a noob unless you get playtime. It's a catch-22. It's for young people, very young people that are quick of finger and mind. Shios has just joined a dating site for anorexics and balding men. Thinder. Oh boy. I can see we're in for it now with Shields jokes. Keep it up. I love bad jokes. But yeah. that's what I've been doing lately, and enjoying it. The humor is what really catches me to the Borderlands series, and all the games in the series have that humor. And Borderlands One was no exception. I was just really snagged by the humor right off the bat. And I know the first one gets a bad rap because they say there's no storyline because the main characters never voice interact with anyone they're talking to and so forth. But they do speak, when they kill things or stuff that they say. And if you leave them idle for a while, they'll say things. And there's just really it's my kind of humor all the way through, especially if you have the DLC of General Knox's secret armory that has some of the best one-liners of any game I've ever played, and they still make me laugh when I hear them. And Tyler says I've been into Monster Hunter World lately. I haven't tried that one. I've seen it, and seen Satsu play it and so forth, but I haven't tried that one. Uh, CL says Donald Trump is downplaying the severity of the coronavirus outbreak, and I think I can see why, with a death rate of under 5%, you're more likely to die testifying against the Clinton. Probably. Uh, Push button says Borderlands was spoiled by hackers for me. Day one, I was given an impossibly powerful gun. Yeah, but any games like that, there's people that's going to find a way to hack it or crack it or, beat the system. Just don't take that. Don't deal in the cheats and so forth. One of the things I do appreciate about Borderlands and the company that makes it is there is a glitch in uh, General Knox's armory at the end in the armory. And the armory is this huge building full of nothing but weapons chests. There's a glitch where you can glitch through the floor without starting the timer. Because normally when you go in there, you're on a 3-minute timer and then it explodes. So you can only get as many weapons as you can in 3 minutes. But there's a glitch, and they know that there's a glitch there, and they didn't fix it. So it tells me that the people that make the game are gamers themselves. Are gamers themselves. Um, you would make it to try to test. You're right. I did really enjoy Build It. Just kind of got tired of it after beating it twice. Yeah, yeah. And I hadn't, and that's the way I was with the first one. I hadn't played it in a long while, so it's I'm getting to enjoy it all over again because it's been a while since I played it. But it's not everybody's thing. Alex does not like the Borderlands series. I don't know why. We've never discussed it in depth, but he has told me before he doesn't like it, not his thing, which surprises me because the humor in it is just right down his alley. But yeah. Yeah, cheaters and games have Game Shark. Cheaters and games have been around since there's been games. I mean, it, uh, uh, back in the day before there were home video game systems, you had to go out and pay a quarter to play video games. Um, there was a breakout machine, if you remember that game, locally at a hotel. And me and my friends used to go over there and play it all the time. And we discovered that if you unplug it and plugged it back in, you could play it for free without putting any money in it. So yeah, cheating at games has been around for a long time, since they've even existed. Um, boy, you're on it today, aren't you? You gotta hand it to midgets because sometimes they can't reach. That's a joke you got to tell Monkey next time you're around where Monkey's at. That's a joke you definitely got to tell Monkey. Um, my voice is starting to go. I can feel and hear. Alex hates the BL series mechanics, the mechanics of it. What about the mechanics does he not like? I don't understand. I mean, it's not a straight up shooter, and it's not meant to be. It's supposed to be uh, an amalgam of a shooter and an RPG, but it's got the best of both worlds, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, and that's for worth whatever you want to make it worth. Absolutely nothing, or whatever. Um, uh, anyway, I can feel that my voice is starting to go. My throat's starting to get scratchy. Hope I'm not getting sick. Yesterday I worked a day shift because on Wednesdays is when we order our stuff for Friday's truck. The order's got to go in on Wednesday morning. So the assistant manager was there making the order, and in order for her to get done on time, they scheduled me in there to man the cash register, so she didn't have to go back and forth and could get it done. Anyway, she had to feel bad, so she was in there yesterday, and I'm like, oh gosh, I don't want to get sick. Don't give it to me, Cam. Yeah. Shio says I bought the world's worst thesaurus yesterday. Not only is it terrible, it's terrible. Oh my goodness! And they just get in place. Or Kyler, better. Kyler says a place here in my town used to produce slugs that were perfect facsimiles of quarters as a byproduct of manufacturing. Got a lot of free games that way. Yeah, yeah. I could see that, and that used to be a thing, to put slugs in a machine and whatever kind of machine it was, and try to get it out. But the slug has to weigh exactly the same as the coin, and same size and weight as the coin that you're trying to mimic. Excuse me. There we go. But yeah. Hey, Viper, are you still out there? I'll wait to hear your answer and try to keep talking. Which apparently I'm not doing a very good job on because I paused there. Dead air. You still wanting to come on? You say I don't have you on. Now's your chance. Or can you? If you can, you're welcome to. And then I'll go over to Twitter and send you a link. Sorry. Didn't mean to make that cough on air there. I'll come on. Well, do me a favor. Since I'm trying to hold the stream down and talk, send me a DM on Twitter real quick. And that way I can find you real fast and send you the link. If you'll do that, please. Straight sis message here and cute as ever. Oh, you guys, and call them Vipers cute. She has Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are perfect for each other. He's ginger and she's an anagram of that. Yeah. 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 Let's see here. Come on now. And accept. All right. And paste. There we go. You should have it. And I'll switch over to my StreamYards page and watch for you. And we'll get you in here. How about that? Can't guarantee much longer it's going to go. But you can do it. That we'll see. I'm doing all right so far, except for my voice. And there she is. And we'll pull her in here. How you doing, Viper?
Hello.
I think this is the first time that I have had you on one of my streams, I think.
Indeed it is. And it's not like I was trying to guilt you into saying, oh, he never has me on. It's just I thought, Blood doesn't want me on. That's fine.
No. I'm actually I get oblivious sometimes.
Mm.
It even sometimes when people are asking, "Hey, can I come on?" I don't pay much attention because I'm just kind of in my zone and doing things and not thinking about it. So yeah, I get oblivious. No, no, of course not. Wasn't that at all. It had just never come up, never come around.
Yeah,
But
no worries. I'm not complaining. I mean, you've had better people on. You've had Pat on, Alex, Maddie. They're better than me.
oh, I don't know about that, but yeah. And of course, the chat is doing their thing and calling you cute.
I'm not cute.
I love how she put that rough voice in there. I'm not. I'm not.
That'll be the first time you've actually heard me do that.
I've seen it in chat many, many times, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's the first time I've heard it. It is. So, what are you up to, Viper? Anything special? Doing anything with your channel? What's up?
At the moment, with my channel, it's with OBS. I'm just trying to get all the donations, sounds, and everything sorted. Trying to make that better. I've also
Oh,
got to kick my ass into gear about making videos.
yeah, I hear you on that. Yeah, the OBS thing that can be a chore because I've dealt with it, and I haven't. Since I've got the new computer, I should be able to handle OBS now without a massive lag like I got with the laptop. But I haven't. I keep meaning to test it, and I just don't. I just haven't. But I'd like to. I'd like to because you
Oh,
could do so
yeah.
much more with OBS.
Yeah,
But-
I'm still new to it myself. I'm still learning like how to get a slideshow of pictures on there and things like that. So
yeah.
it is more fun. I like how I can change the background for for different streams.
Yeah, Sheargrass says, "You ever been so poor you could only afford ordinary K?" I get the joke. It's a special K joke. But honestly,
Oh.
actually, Shio, I'm so poor I can't even pay attention. So there you go. Viper can always make Bloodwing a new avatar. Sure, she can. She made one for J Kid, my son,
No,
for
well,
him. Well, she made some
yeah,
artwork for him.
yeah. He wanted like a reference for a tattoo, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go into it because it's all personal, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It had to do with the death of my son-in-law, and they were very close.
yeah.
Those two.
So
Yeah.
so it was one of the bigger commissions that I've done, and that I'm
Yeah.
just glad that he said I won't be able to pay you. I said, hey, my artwork's going around on your skin, mate. That's all the payment I need.
There you go. That's pretty good advertising right there.
Yeah, it is.
Pat says I've invited you to my stream during the same time when Bloodwing was working, and you could never make it, but you can make his. I'm hurt. Oh no. Oh no, we've hurt Pat. And that's an
We've
awful
hurt the
big
big
boy
guy.
that's an awful big boy to be hurting there.
Nah, he's just playing it up. It's just right now my housemate is currently at work, so there is no
Oh.
shouting expletives. That's one thing that I don't, when I'm on people's streams, and because my mic can, pick up sounds. If he's on the Xbox, he likes to shout various expletives, mainly
Oh.
the N word.
Oh. Well, yeah, might not want to hear that on a live stream.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. I'm known to shout at video games myself, but usually you guys know me. I don't use curse words. I just don't. It's a personal thing, and I don't do it. But don't anybody worry about using them in front of me or on my stream. That's just me. That's a personal thing. But yeah, I've been known to like, are you freaking kidding me? What's the matter?
yeah. No, I'm the same. I'm the same with certain video games. I can I can get really shouty at them and like, oh, come on, you freaking twat.
Oh yeah.
Move your
Yeah.
ass, things like that. But
I get
no, I
all
don't
into it.
shout things like the N-word and
I
other racial expletives.
I caught myself earlier today. I was playing some of Borderlands, like the first one, like I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And in the first one, there's these missions for Claptrap. For those of you that have played it, you know who Claptrap is. He's the little robot with the wheel on the bottom.
I
And
know who you're talking about.
yeah, but there are certain caves and areas that you go into, and there's Claptrap missions. You'll find a broken Claptrap, and you have to, and you click on it. It gives you a mission, and you have to find the repair kit. And if you do that, it gives you extra inventory space. And in a game that has an infinite number of guns, more inventory space is a good thing. A really good thing, because I'm always running around with a full inventory because I'm like, I don't want to put this one down. I want it. Haven't used it yet, but I want it.
Yeah, no, I'm the same with games like Diablo. It's like, I know I'm not using it, but I want it because you never know when you might need it.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, I was playing that, and the repair kit in this particular one is up on a high place, and you've got to platform your way up to it, and you got to do it just perfectly. And it was one of them, like, I could see what to do. I got to run from this ledge, jump at the right time, land on that ledge, and I can get it. Well, several missed tries later, and having to run all the way back. It's not easy to get back up to that ledge from where you fall. I'm just like, are you kidding me? And I'm getting frustrated. And I caught myself as he's jumping. I'm lifting the whole controller in my hand up over my head, trying as if that helps to give him that boost to get over there. I do the same thing when I'm driving. I catch myself tilting the thing like that helps. Driving in a game. But
yeah, no, I do the same thing. Like I think it's just something about it. Must be just the motions of driving or wanting to get to over a certain jump, and you're going, yeah, okay. Wait, why am I in this position?
I get all into it. Like if I run up to a ledge, a high spot, I'll catch myself craning my neck like I'm going to be able to see over the ledge on the screen by craning my neck up, but it's an involuntary movement. And then when you catch yourself doing it, you go, dummy. You big dummy.
I mean, there was this one game called Folklore that was on the PS4 years ago, and and it actually takes advantage of you having to shake the controller. It was one of these early games where, it was whatever you did to controller would affect the gameplay, and one of the mechanics was when you fight a monster, you have to suck out the soul of them to defeat them. And what would happen is me and my brother would be there going, okay, now shake the controller, shake it, stop, now rock it slowly, balance, now yank it. My mum and dad were just there going, what the heck are they doing?
All you need is Claptrap is the annoying robot helper you can't shoot. I know some people find him annoying, and sometimes he can be annoying. Yes, he can be. But I love Claptrap. In fact, I've got a little small Claptrap figure. It's about 6-7 inches tall that my grandson gave me. It was his. And when they moved out, he says, I want you to have this, Papa. So,
yeah, sweet.
Yeah, if you turn on, well, he's all about Claptrap too. He was my oldest grandson. And he's 12 now or 13.
13.
He's 13 now. He's a teenager. Oh my God, he's a teenager.
Oh my God.
Anyway, when he was a much younger boy, like about 3 or 4, and they were living here, and if you fire up Borderlands, the first one, and leave it running, and the second one does the same thing, it will go into this like it's just claptrap doing different things like dragging bandits behind him, catching himself on fire, running across the screen. It's just kind of like a screensaver kind of thing. And he would make me at 3 or 4 years old turn that on and leave it on that screen so he would sit there and watch it. He would watch it forever and laugh at it and just laugh. So yeah, I know some people find him annoying, and he is a bit annoying, and he's supposed to be annoying. That's on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
They make that's the character. They make him annoying on purpose. But I love me some Claptrap. He's got some good lines, some good jokes. Not as good as Scooter's.
Obviously,
Scooter's my man. Scooter is my dude. He's this. If you're not familiar with the game, Scooter is this huge redneck, and he's got the best lines, the best one-liners. Love me some Scooter. Yeah, they killed him in the what is that that game? They've done 7 Days to Die. It's like a point and click game, and they do what's that company? Oh my gosh! Somebody help me! You know what I'm talking about?
Help us, chat.
But they did a version of Borderlands in that, and they killed him off in that. I understand, which stinks because he was always my favorite. Telltale Games.
Right.
I come up with it myself. But yeah. Actually, you guys can't hear it because I set it up for when I thought I'd be able to use OBS back when I had my laptop and just never changed it. When I get an alert, like somebody donates on here or on Streamlabs, I actually get a clip of Scooter saying, "You and Blood have a special relationship, kind of like cousins taking a bath together." So that's every time you guys donate, that's in my ears. And if somebody subscribes while I'm streaming, I get Scooter saying, "Hello there, welcome." So yeah, I'm all about it. Yeah.
It's whatever floats your boat.
Yeah,
really.
Scooter went out like a man, so there's that at least. Yeah, he rode like a bomb down, kind of Dr. Strangelove style, didn't he? Down to the planet, or part of a rocket, or something to that order. I did not play that game. I did not play the
badass way to go.
Yeah.
That is a badass way to go.
Yeah, he went out like a man. But anyway, yeah, I understand kicking yourself in the butt. I've got to get back to making Redneck track now that it looks like my schedule is going to even out some, although I don't know. There's a very good chance, and I actually spoke to them on the phone because they were calling for the manager, and the manager wasn't there. They're trying to hire one more person there at work because they're not sure whether or not the 18-year-old's could be able to continue to work there. They're still not sure about that.
I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they changed the smoking age here to 21 here in the States. So yeah,
tough luck.
Yeah, so she has to be 21 to buy them and smoke them, but she's 18 and selling it. So there's that kind of catch.
Did a catch-22 sort of thing.
Yeah, but she was hired before the rule changed, before the law changed. So yeah,
she should be okay then. She should be okay if it was before the rule change. That's usually how it works over here in the UK. Then again.
Yeah, but they're really not sure. They're not sure how it's going to work out, so they're wanting to, in case she has to be let go, they're wanting to have another person trained and hired. So I may go back to having to do training and have a little bit busier schedule. But for the most part, it looks like that it's going to ease up now, and so I should be able to get back to that. I just got to get myself in a schedule, which is hard to do when you don't know what days you're working one week to the next. I don't even know what days I work next week because my manager is out of town at a trade show and hasn't done the schedule yet. So
It's like,
Oh,
seriously,
yeah.
things need to be planned out.
Yeah. I mean, I know I work Saturday during the day shift. I work day shift on Saturday, but don't know if I work Sunday or not because that's not on the
Mm.
schedule. Our schedule goes from Sunday to Saturday. So,
So just to address Dectran in the chat, who's trying to get me to do some archery videos, I would love to, but my back garden is not fit to hold archery because
yeah.
uh, yeah, basically because the only thing that is protecting or dividing my back garden from another neighbour's back garden is a set of trees. So if I miss a target and I don't hit a tree, who knows what it's going to hit in the back garden of the next door neighbour.
I
So
just got a picture in my head. Here's the image I got. And I know some of you are familiar with Monty Python Search for the Holy Grail. But there's a scene in that where I think it's with Sir Robin and his luggage carriers or whatever.
yes.
And an arrow comes in and hits him. It's a message for you, sir. Yeah. I don't think that would be good to be shooting arrows into your neighbor's garden.
Exactly. And I don't drive, so I don't have a car to take said archery set to like a big open field or anything like that. I would love to make archery videos, but I'm all about health and safety when it comes to archery, so yeah. It's not a good idea. I have explained this before, people.
Yeah. Sleepy Doodle. More than 100 confirmed coronavirus cases in the UK. Prediction is 85% of the country will get it. Yeah, but if they do, how many of those is it going to be serious? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to spend a lot of time today talking about the coronavirus because I've spent a good time the last two streams talking about it. It's overblown. Calm down, people. Yes, it's possible that this world might someday end by some virus. That's not an out of the question scenario, but this ain't it.
Yeah, no, it's completely understand. I mean, listening to Sinatra and everybody, kind of go, "Oh, the world is ending," sort of thing, and it's like, okay, let's just see how it all goes. I know it's 2020, we are due for a plague, but in countries like America, the UK, we can kind of handle it. The countries I'm sort of kind of on the watch of this coronavirus are like China, because they've got horrible health system, but also Iran, considering that they're going up to religious buildings and licking them.
Yeah, I seen those videos. That's disgusting. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do something like that, but I'm not going to run around and buy a face mask to wear outside and wear rubber gloves 24/7. No, I'm not. Necrosol says I'm still shooting for the T virus. Hey, was that a Resident Evil reference there?
Must have been. But yeah, I mean, when you're going up and saying, "Oh, Allah will protect me," and lick, a religious building or religious monument or whatever, that's when I kind of go, well, now you've just asked for it.
Yeah. And yeah, Sleepy Doodle, I do get it. Just worried because my mom has heart problems. My dad is diabetic. They could be really badly affected, especially my mom. Yeah, and I have a lot of respiratory problems, so I would be at risk. And my dad's very frail. He's 80 years old, and he's very frail at this point in his life, and he would be high. I do understand that. All I'm saying is it's not worth the worldwide panic that the internet would lead you to believe that it is. So
yeah. I mean, I get it as well, Sleepy Doodle. I mean, my mum, she's she's a cripple. She's only got one leg, and she's wheelchair bound and everything. So, and a mere cold can knock her for sick. It's like everything else she can be totally fine with. A cold can knock her out. So this coronavirus, yeah, I am a bit worried for my mum. But, if we keep her indoors, she'll be fine.
Yeah, we can't all just become shut-ins because we're afraid of some virus that's only got like I think someone told me last stream it was a 5% mortality rate. That's certainly not a high enough mortality rate to even be anywhere close to considered wiping the world out. No,
I mean,
but
you gotta kind of wonder if this is sort of a backlash from all the parents sort of bubble wrapping the kids and not letting the kids, get a scraped knee or anything like that. I think unlike my parents, they would let me get scraped knees galore.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I mean, let your kids play in the dirt so you get the natural defense systems.
I'd come in with a scrape my mom and say, rub some dirt on it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then she'd go and clean it up. And, if it was a bad enough scrape, and pour some peroxide on it, or heaven forbid, get out the merthiolate. Oh!
No, Necrosol, I am not an anti-vaxxer, for God's sake. I just say that there are some defenses that only nature can help you build up, and that is playing in the dirt.
I believe that. We are now in an age where kids today don't go outside as much as they used to. They're stuck in front of their devices, their gaming systems, their laptops, their iPads, whatever. And so they don't get out and play outside as much. Me, shoot, I was outside as much as possible. And in the summertime, if school was out, as soon as the sun was up, I was outside and didn't come back in till the streetlights were on. I was outside playing. Mom, and I'd get filthy dirty. First words out of mom's mouth when I'd come in the summer is wash your feet, because I never wore shoes. Still don't, but never wore shoes. Wash your feet before you get in bed. And and they would take us around if before we had the chicken pox, and if somebody in our sphere of influence had chicken pox, they'd take us over there, try to expose us to it, and didn't overprotect us on that tip. Thank you, Willie Billy, for the donation. Viper channel, your inner redneck and shoot into your house from the garden. It'll make a good backstop. YouTube didn't like redneck. Yeah, it doesn't, Willie Billy. I don't know why that is. I guess they think that it's an insult. I don't find it as that. I'm very proud of my redneck heritage, as you guys can tell. Nothing wrong with it. I'm proud of it, and it's got. One of these days, I'll tell you the history about redneck, and if you don't know, and it's got some things in there to be proud of. And there's
I'm not surprised.
And then there's the whole hold my beer side of it, which is very cringeworthy and also very true. But
yeah, no, I mean, blood. You're kind of speaking to a fellow redneck, but across the ocean, because I am from the north of England, and we are considered the peasantry, the rednecks.
Is that what it is? Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're considered like, hey up, lad, let's go milk some cows and everything, that sort of thing. So now whenever you see me call Alex a posh twat, now you know what I mean.
Sleepy Doodle says never had chickenpox when I was a teenager. Maybe I was just lucky. Yeah, and all those times that mom and dad would take us around, try to expose it to us, it didn't work. We did get it. Oh, we did get it, but it wasn't because we just got it out of the blue one time. Probably was exposed. One of us was exposed to it at school from somebody, and and then brought it in the house, and we all three got it at the same time.
Well, at least you got it at the same time.
Well, myself and my youngest sister, my baby sister, who's 4 years younger than me, we were sick with it the first day, runner fever.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we weren't sick at all. We just had all these
Itchy
sores
spots.
all over. Yeah. And we
Yeah.
were driving her nuts because, you can't go back to school till those are gone.
Mm-hmm.
And now my middle sister, the one 2 years younger, she's the one with cerebral palsy. She got it and got it bad. It went
Oh.
down. It went down her throat, got her
Oh dear.
ears, and she was really sick with it. But my other sister and I, one day we were sick. The rest of the time we were running around the house, playing, 8-hour long games of don't touch the floor, it's lava, so you're jumping from the couch to the chair to the love seat to the
Hold on, blood. I'm gonna
Sure.
have to.
Yeah,
Yeah, somebody's at the door.
knock. I heard the knock. Well, we got a little break in the action. Look out here at chat. Of course, I think I do a pretty good job of keeping track of chat. A lot better than certain people do. Monkey. But experts are commenting washing your hands regularly will combat coronavirus, but say they're expecting an outbreak of OCD. Mr. Dace, I remember having this annoying bump on my left shoulder when I had chicken pox. It kept rubbing to shirts and stuff. Yeah. Oh, I was itchy. That part of me was miserable. That part of us, we had the itch, and the moms are, don't scratch it. Don't scratch it. Rub it. Don't scratch it. Number one says I had it over my 11th birthday and I had it bad all over the soles of my feet. Yeah, we had the sores, and that part of it was miserable, but we didn't have a fever. We didn't feel bad, if you understand. And but we were just driving mom nuts. I think we were home like 2 weeks, something like that.
I have returned.
You have returned.
I forgot I had ordered some food.
Oh, okay. Well, you eat. You won't bother me. And I don't think you'll bother Jake. You go ahead and eat.
No, it's all right. It can wait. It's fine.
Well, we don't want it to get cold unless it's already cold,
It's on the fried chicken. It's good, either hot or cold.
That is true. Cold fried chicken is good. It is. I like cold fried chicken almost as well as I like hot fried chicken.
Yeah.
Although I'm getting to where I can't eat fried chicken hardly anymore because chicken's stringy, and it gets in between my teeth, what few real teeth I have left. But I have enough left to give me fits. In fact, I've got one all by itself over on my right side, one of my jaw teeth, and there's no other teeth around it. It's just over there by itself, and it's giving me the throbs every once in a while today. And I'm like, don't, not today. I don't want.
Yeah.
No, can always stick it in the microwave. Opinionated Scotsman, I've found that chicken is not one of those things that does well in the microwave. I don't know why it is.
I think if you put it with sauce, then it's fine. The microwave tends to dry out chicken very, very quickly.
Right.
So if it's in like a curry, things like that, it's still got the moisture of the sauce around it to keep it.
Yeah, moist. But if you've got like KFC, let's just, if you got KFC and it's got cold and you decide to stick a couple of pieces of microwave, heat it up, it doesn't work well. It doesn't come out well. It somehow loses some of its flavor. And,
that too. Again, it just dries. It just sucks all the goodness out.
Yeah. Although it has the opposite effect. I shared a little tidbit with you all know the German badger. You're all aware of the German. Haven't spoke to him for a while. I do see him on Twitter, but
Mhm.
we were talking several weeks ago, and he was talking about his. He loves bread, different kinds of bread, like rye bread and stuff. But it had dried out, and he was talking. He's going to throw it out. I said, "Oh, don't throw it out, dude. Don't
No.
throw it out. It went stale." He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "You could fix that easy. Take your bread, stick it in the microwave, put a paper towel over top of it, and turn it on for 10 to 15 seconds.
Mhm.
Boom, instant fresh bread.
Mhm.
It just works. It does. It brings out the moisture in the bread, and it's no longer stale.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No, it's just those neat little tricks that you pick up here and there.
yeah. Who was it that said earlier? I try so hard to keep up with my chat. I think I do a good job.
You do a better job than me.
Yeah. Um, Oh, John Connor, that's what it was. Sadly, I had the full line right after chickenpox. I got measles. I never got the measles, but my sister, the one with cerebral palsy, did, and that's why she's deaf now because uh,
Oh,
the measles settled in her ears, and 6 months
eek.
later the mumps. I don't think I ever had the mumps either. Those were two I never got. Did have chickenpox. I remember one of the men in our church was trying to take his kids around to get the chicken pox, and they didn't get it, but he did, and that's bad. If an
Mm.
adult gets chicken pox, that's dangerous. It can be
Mhm.
dangerous for an adult. He
Yeah, because
he thought that
kids
he'd
can fight it
had
off.
them. Yeah, he thought that he had them, and he hadn't.
Oh dear.
And yeah, and they can very easily turn into the shingles. It's
Mhm.
the same basic virus. So yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Kids can fight them off. Adults, not so much.
yeah, it's dangerous for an adult to get the chicken pox, and that's one of the reasons that my uh, parents wanted us to get it and get it over as children when we could, get through it, you know,
Mhm.
without too much issue. Uh, I got chicken pox as a 28-year-old. Ooh, did
Oof.
did you get really bad with them? Because that, like I said, that can be dangerous for an adult.
Mhm.
Very, very dangerous.
Say, I think I was about 5 when I got my chicken pox, and
Oh, I was 10, 11, somewhere in that area.
say I got them young.
Yeah, yeah. My poor sister, the one with cerebral palsy, she seemed to get everything. She got
Mm,
everything. My younger sister and I were, you
totally
know,
fine.
yeah, we got the chicken pox, but we didn't get the rest of that. She did, but probably something to do with her, cerebral palsy and her other issues. But hey,
Mhm.
I'm not crying the blues for her because she's a 50, soon to be 58-year-old woman with grandkids of her own. She's been married and did grandkids and kids, and she's made a life for herself. She's
See,
never been one to sit back and say, and we raised her not to be. And I say we because the
yeah.
whole family kind of had to take part because we knew life was going to be hard for her.
Mhm.
So, she's not the type to sit back and make an excuse. Well, I'm crippled. I have cerebral palsy. I'm deaf. I can't hear. I can't do that. No,
Mhm.
no, that don't work with her.
No, she'd rather knuckle down and do something.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she's made a life for herself. I got absolutely nothing but the most of respect for that part of my sister. She's a tough. I don't know of a tougher person than her. I really don't. She's a
Good.
tough girl, and one heck of a mean left haymaker. And I know this from experience. Hey, Batman, how you doing?
Hey, Batman.
Yeah, I've been on the receiving end of that haymaker on more than one occasion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So my sister, she's a weakling. So she's a weakling, and it's just me and my brother, that are the powerhouses.
Oh,
So
yeah.
my brother really takes after me dad and me dad's dad. And it's
Hey,
like,
hey, Jack Gunsky, how you doing? Yeah, well, she's, and I'm sure all of you know, cerebral palsy is basically just brain damage at birth, is what it is.
mm,
Uh, Genetically, she was supposed to be right-handed, but the left side of her brain was severely damaged, and the left side is what controls your right
the
side of your
right.
body. So
Mm-hmm.
she had to teach herself to be left-handed because her right side doesn't work very well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and in fact, it tends to mimic whatever her left side does. If she picks something up with her left hand, her right hand will clench. You know, it's
Yeah.
just the way it works for her. And she done a lot of exercise. We had I know you guys have at least seen pictures of him, an old fashioned iron, the kind that you got to heat in the fire, you know,
Oh God, yeah.
to use on your clothes. We had
Mm-hmm.
one of those, and we got it just purposely for her to lift. And she would lift that with that left hand, all the time.
No, good idea.
And to look at her, you wouldn't think, but boy, if she gets that left arm in motion, and it's just comes right, it's a haymaker. She'll bring that left arm extended all the way out, swing it all the way around. Boy, if it connects, you're gonna feel it. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
not surprised.
my Batman says my grand used to use one of those irons. Yeah, I forget where we got it. Dad got it from somewhere. He put gray paint, enamel paint on it so that the black wouldn't, because it had been used, and so that wouldn't wear off on her when she used it, and she used it as a weight. Thank you, Willie Billy, for the donation. I'm constantly covered in crap, grease, and dirt, so I don't get sick. Come at me, Corona. Yeah, I hear you. Michael Weiner says, I need to head out. Have a great rest of your stream. Thanks for coming by, Michael. And I
Bye, Michael.
promise, as soon as I can, I will get back on Redneck Track because he's my biggest fan of that series.
Yeah, well, you can't help but that life is getting in the way, and that's what's happening to many people, I think, is that life is getting in the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. It does happen. It's like, these streams happen to, and I really hate when I miss a stream because I had to work. But I know in my heart, okay, do a stream and have fun, of course, doing it, and maybe make something, or
Mm-hmm.
go to work for 6-7 hours and guaranteed money. You got to take the guaranteed money. You just got to.
Yeah.
The Batman asked, "You didn't steal it from my grand, did you?" I don't know. Dad come up with it, so you'll have to ask him. I was a very young. I'm pretty sure we had that at the old house, so that means I was younger than 10 because we moved up to where they live now when I was 10. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, I was just a kid when he come up with it. I don't remember where he come up with it. Maybe he did cross the ocean and steal it from your grand. I don't know. You'll have to bring it up with Dad. But I warn you, Dad sometimes isn't all there. So you might have a good conversation there. And hi, Cynical Lindsay. How you doing? Good to see you.
Hello, peoples of the chat.
Yeah. But yeah, I always thought that was a great idea. And when she wasn't used it made a great doorstop. Because trust me when I tell you, those things are heavy.
Heavy.
They're
Mm-hmm.
extremely heavy.
Mm-hmm.
They're made out of solid cast iron, and they weigh a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot,
Batman, I'm not cute.
Oh, Shio, I'm not going to read that one out loud, but it made me chuckle. Okay. All right. Mr. Dax says POC equals people of chat. Hey, there you go. Yeah,
There
we
you
found
go.
a new use for the term. And of course, when you said that, Viper, that's just going to set them off. That's going to encourage them. You know that.
He's done it. He's done it. Now we've got the freaking bandwagon going. Is it not fair?
Yeah, they're on a roll. They're on a roll. Yeah, they are. It's just as I'll go
What?
sit in this corner.
You don't need to sit in the corner. You're not the one tormenting me.
No, he was talking about because the joke he made. uh, I find out that I'm getting a bonus. Hey, well, good. Cynical Lindsay. Yeah, I just had my review recently, which means a raise. I don't know how much, probably not a lot, but yeah, they tell me that means a raise. Just got my review and had all 4s and 5s out of 5. Well, I had 1 5. They have a company policy to not give out 5s, but she had.
Mm-hmm.
There was one category where she just absolutely had to give me a 5 because it was true. So and that was the dependability, because I'm always there when I'm scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
I always say okay when they call me for extra shifts. I'm always there early. I always get to work a half hour early,
Mm-hmm.
and because that's just me, that's what I like to do. And yeah, so.
And here's me, been declared not fit for work.
I tried that and it didn't. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't give it to me. But
I'm not.
that's okay. I'm happier being able to do something, and it's only part time
Mhm.
most of the time.
So at least you're doing something. At least you're out and about. Whereas me, I'm just mostly sat on my bed drawing.
And I have to do it, Viber. Thank you, Clinton Whitaker, for the donation at Viber Sword. Cute.
No, I'm not cute.
I need that as a sound bite.
I'm
gonna get you to record that as a sound bite so that I can play it.
Well, what one of the rewards of my Patreon is, if you become a $25 Patreon, is you can get me to say anything in a recording.
Oh.
That's why it's so high, because I know what people will get me to say.
Oh, well, yeah. Offer it out there like that. Yep. Well, the chat knows that I don't curse, and they're constantly trying to get me to say certain things they know I won't say. I think they do it to see how I get around it, which I'm pretty good at doing. So,
but yeah, Bloody, if you want me to send you a sound bite of me saying I'm not cute,
well, one of these days,
I'll do that.
Yeah, one of these days, I'm going to get me what are they called, a soundboard program, and get that set up. But when I do, I might hit you up and say, "Hey, can you record that for me?"
Yeah, sure.
Bloodwing say, "Dag nabbit." Okay, there you go, and that is a word I use.
Dag nabbit.
When my oldest daughter and her kids were still living here before they moved to Michigan, I was babysitting and I was listening to the kids play in the back bedroom, and I overheard them playing a video game, and I don't remember which video game, but they're like saying, "Dag nabbit." And I'm like, wonder where they got that from.
That's all right. I mean, my dad has caught me saying a few of his sayings, like, if my brother or anybody leaves like loads of lights on, I go around saying, "Is this the Blackpool Illuminations?"
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, it's place in Blackpool has this long street of all these lights that illuminate. There you go. The prom or the beach area, and it's all like themed and everything.
Yeah.
And these lights are on all night for many months.
So kind of like a mini Vegas Strip.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much like Vegas Strip. So, you're going around the house and you see there's loads of lights on or being left on, and all of a sudden I'm going, "Is this Blackpool Illuminations?" My dad goes, "Oh, you're thinking the same thing."
Hey, Angry Illinoisan, how you doing? Jack Gunsky, Blood Wings say Blood Wings say Blood Wings say Blood Wings say. Okay, there you go. Delahaye, might I suggest SoundPad on Steam? Roughly $4. Yeah, that would probably be the one I'd go for. I'd have to go for a cheap one. The Batman says, I bet Vibersword says, we'll all go to the foot of our stairs. Well, I'll go to the foot of our stairs. There we go.
Never said that. I've said things like put wood in the hole.
Yeah.
Meaning like close the door.
It must be a British thing because I don't understand.
British idioms were weird. We have confirmed this, that we British people are weird.
Well, we knew that. You ask any American, they'll tell you that. Because you guys talk funny and you got funny names for stuff and you spell funny. So
and all I'll say, Bloodwing, we made you.
Well, yeah, and then we became our own people. Yeah.
But you must never forget we made you. We still made you.
My dad used to complain about me turning on all the lights in creation. It sounds like my wife. Because I have a habit of accidentally forgetting to turn the kitchen light off. I don't do it on purpose. It's just I get distracted. And then I get the look and she gets up and turns it off, Master Dax says, and everything is a shire. Speaking of in Britain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The hobbits did not create the shires. We created the shires.
Oh, Shio, you're getting bad. Oh my! If a woman gave birth over a cliff, would she create a natural bungee jump? Oh my! I did chuckle inside though, because I do like a good dead baby joke, and I have a million of them.
Yeah, the first words a baby will be saying, "I believe I can fly."
And my wife heard me say that, and that just got the most awful look, which I don't know why she's surprised, because I'm absolutely certain she's heard me tell some of these jokes. So. Which I'm not going to do today. I have done it on stream. I've told them, some of them, but not today. Oh my goodness, time is flying. I didn't think I was going to make it, and we're down. We've got a half hour left.
See,
yeah, you get the groove, you get on a roll, and you just forget all about how tired you are.
Yeah, exactly. But again, if you're too tired, end it early. Just don't push yourself.
It's one of those, and we've all experienced it. I know we have. I'm absolutely exhausted. The inside of my brain is just buzzing because I'm exhausted. I can't sleep. I just can't. I lay down and I flip and I flop and maybe doze off for half an hour, 45 minutes, and then I'm back awake again. I'm like, Hopefully I'll sleep.
Well, here's hoping. Maybe just the extra oomph of doing something might just knock you out. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Your brain just won't turn off.
Yeah, that and it's hard with my physical problems, and so it's hard for me to get comfy sometimes, to get comfortable. And
well, you are part cow.
Yeah, well, that is true. That is true. Yeah, that's why my granddaughter calls me Moopaw. So.
So you are officially a Minotaur.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But it's all worked out all right. I get a strange urge to go out and graze in the backyard once in a while, but other than that, I'm good. Penny says I'm usually tired all day, then wide awake as soon as I try to sleep. Yeah, I've had those nights too. I went to sleep last night. And I went to sleep very quickly. I went to bed about somewhere between 10:30 and 11, which is a little bit early for me.
Mm-hmm.
I figured I'd probably wake up early, but I didn't think I'd wake up at 2:30 in the morning. And I slept, but then when I woke up, I was awake and I just could not get back to sleep. I said, "Screw this! I'm going to get up." But
Mm-hmm.
at some point, you just go, "This is just stupid, laying here flipping
Yeah,
and
you
flopping."
just yeah, just right. I'm getting up and doing something, even if
Yep,
it's just walking about the house.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just one of them times, and I think I'm done with the naps for the day. I'll just try to hold out and go to bed at my normal time tonight, and hopefully that will make me tired enough. I'll sleep through the night. Might take me a couple of Tylenol PMs or whatever. Those usually work pretty good to help me
Mm-hmm.
drift off to sleep. So
It's all right. I've got a few backup sleeping pills if my brain is going, no, no, we're not having a day of where you're tired all the time. You're going to stay awake now. And I'm like, you bastard.
yeah, exactly. The Batman out there telling dead baby jokes. Batman, I'm not going to say him because I get the feeling it would upset my wife. She's over here half listening to the stream. Usually she goes off to bed when I stream because she works nights, but she's been off all this week. So,
Well, just keeping an eye on what you're doing. Like, who are these
uh-huh.
people he's talking to? Giving
No,
him
I think
ideas.
she's playing The Sims, or at least she was. Yeah, she's nodding her head. Yes, yeah. So she's playing
Fair
Sims
enough.
3. But Angry Illinois, I just bought gator, clam strips, and walleye. Never had
Hmm.
gator. I've heard that it's good, but I've never had it. Had the other clam strips and walleye, sure.
Mm-hmm. No, what are you going to do with the walleye?
Eat it.
Other than eat it. How was he going to cook it? Sorry, I've been on a Gordon Ramsay sort of binge lately. I don't know why. He just sometimes you need an angry Scotsman shouting at you.
Yeah, sometimes. Angry Illinois says, bread it, fry it. It sounds good to me.
Fair enough.
Wikipedia snippet says, I remember an account of someone taking Tylenol PM by mistake for a headache instead of a regular Tylenol. And I said Tylenol PM, which I do think we've got that here, but I meant that it's Advil PM, which is the same thing. It's just ibuprofen instead of acetaminophen, which is what Tylenol is. But I'm not supposed to take Tylenol often because of the other medications that I'm on, and it's hard on my liver. So. And my wife is not allowed to take Advil. So yeah, between the two of us, we have to.
A right pair of medicine cupboards.
Mm-hmm. But the PM version, it's not like it will knock you out unless you take a handful of them, I guess. But they will soothe you enough that it's easier to fall asleep. Is basically what it is. She aggressive. Why can't Logan Paul not make a video with Jeffrey Epstein? Because Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself in a forest. Oh, Shield. That was bad. That was bad. That was bad.
That wasn't even dad joke bad. That was just bad. And I like dad jokes because hey, that's what I grew up with.
I do too. I love a good dad joke. And boy, the ones my dad told were really bad. And my Minnie in the chat, hey baby, wait till you have a butter bowl full of pills to take. Yeah, like my mom and dad. I swear,
Oh
my mom
God.
and dad, before mom passed away and before dad was unable to stay at home on his own, uh,
Hmm.
they each had a big, the big plastic tubs that
Oh
I
yeah.
assume you get them there as we do, that butter
Yeah.
comes in. They each had one full of pills they had to take every day, pill
Yeah.
bottles.
We. Yep. My mum's got one.
Like, oh my
um.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's mainly because, as I said before, she's only got one leg, so it's to, help with the pain of the phantom leg and everything.
Right, right.
Um, uh, but she's also got many other things that are wrong with her. Like she had a stroke or a mini stroke, so she's got a blood thinner and things like that. So that,
Yeah, I take blood
yeah,
thinners.
yeah, Cloppy Dodrel, I believe it's called. They just call it the Cloppy dog.
Um,
um,
yeah, I'm fortunate so far. The doctor only has me on 3 medications a day. My wife takes much more than that, but she's got high blood pressure and diabetes and things that I
mhm.
don't have. She takes 10 different medications a day. She's holding up 10 fingers at me. So, um, my, but I take a blood thinner.
Mhm.
I take a cholesterol med. It's supposed to lower my cholesterol. And I take a low dose aspirin every day, doctor's orders. So,
Yeah. So yeah, I've kind of forgotten what my mum is on. She's on like OxyContin, diazepam, um, loads of just like painkillers and blood thinner. Again, just loads of medication. She's also been recently put on the ganja spray.
oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, because all of the painkillers are just not working anymore. So it's a case of, yeah, we're going to get you illegally high by this spray.
Yeah. Well, I was having that conversation yesterday at work. I work at a smoke shop, so of
Hmm.
course, the conversation in there comes around to legal marijuana, which it's not in my state, and
Hmm.
my state is so red that it will probably be one of the last ones to ever legalize it. But if they do, and the conversation, the other girl that was working that I was talking to you is actually the same age as I am. She's actually just a month younger, and we were both saying if they ever did legalize it, because it's not worth me doing it illegal and risking getting. Because
Hmm.
here in this state, they will arrest you. Um, it's not worth that to me. But if they ever did legalize it, sure, I'd try it, see if it helped with my pain. Absolutely.
Hmm. Yeah, no,
I'm
just
not.
as I say, it's like a last resort for people, for the NHS over here because it is very expensive. I think there is talk of maybe legalizing it,
Yeah.
but again, many people, won't risk it. Just like you, not going to risk arrest just to see if it helps me pain. But I was there going, I don't care if I have to go to prison. I will grow it myself and put it in brownies for you, Mum. if that's what it takes.
Yeah. And thank you, Batman. You answered Wikipedia's snippets question before I could. Warfarin, yeah, it's a rat poison, and it's also used as a blood thinner. That's not the blood thinner that I'm on, thank goodness, because that one's dangerous. Warfarin is,
Yeah.
yeah, that's rough stuff there. Um, the one I'm on is bad enough. If I get even this, and I have a bad habit this time of year in the wintertime, my skin gets really dried out. So, especially
Yeah.
when I sleep, I scratch myself constantly. My legs are just
Same here.
covered with scabs because I've scratched my legs during the night.
Yeah.
And
No, my skin is exactly the same.
the bad thing is on that blood thinner, just the littlest nick, and I bleed all over the place. Just constant. I woke up the other night and had evidently scratched my leg in the middle of the night, and I woke up because my leg felt wet, and I went to the bathroom, and I had soaked through my pajama pants with
Oops.
blood. And uh,
I bet that wasn't nice for the missus.
yeah, so I had to go in there and clean it all off. And my leg was pretty much bloody from the knee down. Which
Wow.
worries me if I ever get a real cut, because this is just a
Yeah.
scratch. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. I
if
know
I
exactly what you mean.
ever get a real cut, I'm in trouble. Uh, yeah, Wikipedia snippet. It looked like I'd killed somebody, and all I did was scratch my leg. It's just a little scratch. Um, but that's just the way it is, and you try to learn. But in your sleep, you don't know what you do, or what you're doing. So when I'm awake, I try to remember. Don't scratch it, just rub it. Uh,
and then you end up scratching it.
yep, in the night, in the middle of the night uh, when you're not aware of what you're doing. Of course, when I said that, my
Mhm.
wife's over here making kicking motions because evidently I kick her throughout the night. Yeah. Blame my RLS. That's what causes that to happen. So, yeah. Mm. Drink a coffee. Uh, but okay. Let's see what's next on the agenda. We've blathered on just about whatever, and that's the way this stream goes, and that's the way I want it to
Indeed.
go.
Good.
Um, the shining heavy flow day with the elevator. Okay.
Oh God.
Um, so that's for flu. What's for flu? Oh, wave a dead chicken. Okay. Well, that's a home remedy I haven't heard of, and I've heard of a lot of stuff. Like if you've got warts, bury a dish rag out in the backyard, and that kind of stuff.
Weird.
It is weird. I used to have a book of all these. I don't know if you call them home remedies, but they're old wives' tales of old
Mm,
like that. Like if you've got warts, bury the dish rag, and
yeah.
if you've got this ailment, do that silly thing, and it was very interesting.
It's amazing what our ancestors came up with to fend off illness.
Oh, there's not just ancestors. I guarantee you, there's parts of my family that probably still believe that burying a dish rag in the backyard.
I can believe that.
Of course, there's people that tell you that milkweed doesn't work, because that was the thing when I was younger. If you had
Mm,
warts, take and break a stem off the milkweed and take the milk out of it, rub it on your wart, and it'll go away. And it worked for me as a kid. It worked. Now
same.
I don't know if there's actually something in that milkweed that does that, or if it was just a placebo, but it did work. So
I mean, if it works, it works. I mean, it's kind of like over here. If you get stung by nettles, the best thing to do is find a dandelion and get the leaves and rub it on where you were stung by the nettles, and it just cures it.
hmm.
Takes the sting away. So,
Haven't heard that one.
mhm.
Uh, but yeah, one thing about rednecks is they are a superstitious lot. Not all of us. I'm not, but by and large, they are a superstitious lot. I know. I remember I used to walk into my grandmother's house, and over the front door there'd be the horseshoe, and there was a kitchen witch, and
Mm.
all those superstitious things.
Yeah, but
Uh,
that's what makes rednecks fun.
yeah.
Not wrong with that. It's what makes them fun.
Yeah. Wikipedia snippet says milkweed keeps monarch butterflies from getting eaten. Yeah, I didn't know that. I just thought it was for rubbing on warts.
It's used for many things.
I haven't seen as much milkweed around here though. Used to be anywhere there was weeds growing, you could guarantee to find a milkweed in there somewhere. But I haven't
Mm.
seen as much of it lately. The whole area is changing.
It's what happens as time goes on.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be like in the summertime. once the sun fell, you'd look outside, no matter where in the neighborhood you lived, the night would just be literally dotted with lightning bugs, fireflies.
Mm. Yeah.
We had tons and tons and tons of them. It was just thick out there in the summertime. Now you almost never see them out anymore, and I don't know what the cause of that is,
It's
but
probably. Mm.
well, they do in the summer, in the spring, in the summer. There are trucks that drive around the city
Mm,
spraying for
yeah.
mosquitoes, and I would not be
That,
surprised if that has something to do with it.
yeah. That's probably had a knock on effect of the fireflies and things like that, you know. So it's not like that they're going to just target one insect. They're going to target many.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's a
and
shame.
I'm thankful that they're trying to get rid of the mosquitoes, but it has had an effect, a more widespread effect. The other effect that it's had is it's put the Indiana brown bat on the endangered species.
Yep.
Again, I mentioned it a few streams ago when I was a kid. They in the summertime they were just thick bats. So
Mm-hmm.
you could take a rolled up sweat sock with a rock in it and throw it up in the air, and guaranteed one would follow it to the ground. It just
Yeah.
they were thick. Now I can't remember the last time I've seen a bat in the area, and
Well, you know,
we
you
and
take.
they eat the mosquitoes, and
Yeah.
so you get rid of the mosquitoes, you get rid of the bats.
Yeah. You take out one animal of the food chain, you're going to affect the other.
Yep.
So, I mean, it is a shame of the animals that we're losing because of human interference. Thinking, oh yes, this will be even better. You know, not thinking that maybe Mother Nature already had a predator out there that would sort it all out. But
Yeah.
yeah,
John Connors says bees, it kills our honeybees. Those sprays are awful.
mm,
I don't know. I haven't paid that much attention to the honeybees around here. I do see those. I do still see them. And those god awful wasps. I don't mind bees. Bees don't scare me. I hate wasps because they're just flat mean. They'll sting you just
mhm,
because they're in a bad mood.
mhm. Yeah, I have been stung by a wasp, and all I was doing was putting out laundry on the line.
Yeah, they. I don't like wasps. I'm not like afraid of them like I am spiders because I'm highly arachnophobic. But I do respect them. I know that they will sting the crap out of me, and I give them a wide berth, unless one's
Mhm,
hanging around trying to build a nest outside my back door, and then I'll do my best to kill it.
mhm.
To just don't want it doing that. But uh, too bad around my area they got rid of the wolves. Too many deer around. Yeah, and that happens here in Indiana sometimes because I live in a city, but you drive in any direction, and within a half an hour, you'll see nothing but cornfields. So we're surrounded by farmland, and every once in a while, we'll have an overabundance of deer. They'll go crazy, and so because all the predators have moved out,
Mhm.
because of the
Yeah.
the city and so forth. But the deer haven't moved out; they've moved in
No.
and
Yeah.
overpopulated. And so every once in a while, they'll open up deer season and allow you to kill as many as you can kill, because
Venison.
usually deer season, you get what they call deer tags, and that tells
Mhm.
you can only kill this many deer this season, you know.
Mhm.
But every once in a while, every few years, they'll open it up and say, okay, have at, because there's too many.
Yeah. Nah. Completely understand. I mean, it's what happened in Yellowstone. You know,
Yeah.
where the deer were just overrunning the park, and what did they do? They brought back the wolves. You know,
Yep.
and when the wolves were sorting out the deer and hunting the deer, everything in the environment kind of stabilized
Yeah.
because the deer kind of went, oh shit.
Yeah. And I know you wouldn't think so in Indiana, but we We don't have wolves here that I'm aware of. Don't think so.
Mm.
We do have coyotes,
Well, there you
and,
go.
and we do have cougars, or some of you would say mountain lions.
Mm.
Although they tend to stay as far away from the city as you can. But you go to some of the outlying areas and you might see one. I know because I have, and I've told that story on this before.
I remember that story.
Yeah. My dad to this day still doesn't believe I've seen a real mountain lion, even though the park ranger that he ran into a few days later told him, oh, yeah. Yes.
He saw a mountain lion.
Yep.
Right
They
over
are
there.
here. But and we have smaller, somewhat smaller predators that can do just as much damage. We have wildcats, or some people call them bobcats, and
Oh yeah.
um, we have
So
those.
the smaller predators probably won't go after like the adult deer. They'll probably go more after babies. So the
A
coyotes,
bobcat probably could take down a deer.
probably.
Because I've seen them up close and personal, and they have the claws for it, but they are kind of small,
Mhm.
and they're
Yeah.
probably more likely to go after smaller prey such as rabbits and
Yeah.
squirrels and whatnot.
Yeah. So, if anything, other than maybe bringing wolves into Indiana, which might not be a good idea because it might throw off the balance, maybe bring down the mountain lions, the cougars, say, hey, look, deer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what when that instance happened many years ago, bobcats, John Connor said bobcats equal fur with razors. Yes. Yes. They absolutely, they're nothing but claws and teeth, and they have claws like you wouldn't believe.
I
A
can believe it.
bobcat does. Oh my gosh, I would not want to tangle with one at all. But anyway, the ranger that Dad talked to after that incident said that was during the time we had an overabundance of deer, and he said that's what's bringing them south, because usually they stay north of here. But the overabundance of deer that we were having at the time was bringing them south. So,
well, I'm not surprised. Easy pickings. The predators are going to take advantage.
like I said, we do have coyotes, but I'm not afraid of a coyote. Coyotes, at least the ones we have here, are kind of cowards, and they'll stay away from people as much as possible. I'm much more afraid of the pack of feral dogs that you will get in the country, because they're not afraid of people.
Yep.
And yeah, they scare me much worse. But I have seen the coyotes. They're pretty scarce. They try to stay hidden. And if they see you first, they'll go into hiding. But I have seen them. Yeah.
Says, I mean, coyotes will probably, like with the bobcats, will just chase bunny rabbits and things like that.
Yeah.
They won't go after big deer.
Oh no, the ones we get around here look like a scrawny dog. Kind of like a sort of from a distance, they look like a scrawny German Shepherd. Not as hefty as a German Shepherd.
No,
but they have the perky ears and the fluffy tail kind of thing, like a German Shepherd.
Yeah. Kind of makes me wonder what makes you think these are pests? They're cute.
Yeah, I don't know that I would try to tame one, though, although it's been done.
I wouldn't. Yeah. I wouldn't tame them. They're a wild animal at the end of the day. I'd rather a wild animal be in the wild.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't get why people try to have tigers as pets.
Oh, it has been done. They have been tamed, and coyote dog mix. There are people that like those. I forget what the name of them are. They have a certain name.
Yeah.
But those are a thing. I had a coy dog. That's it. Coy dog. He was awesome. Yeah.
I mean, hybrids have been done before. You got like the Bengal cat is a hybrid of a domestic house cat and a Bengal leopard.
Oh.
Yeah. And you've got the wolf dogs, which is a wolf and a normal dog, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I've
Um,
seen one of those. We used to live in a house that had what I call a mother-in-law house. I've talked about this house
mm,
before, which is just basically a very small house in the backyard.
hmm
And there were different people that lived back there. They shared the same address we did. It was just our address, and they added and a half. So and a half. So, but there was a fellow that lived back there for a short time, and he had a wolf dog, and she
mm,
was gorgeous. Oh, she was
yes.
absolutely gorgeous,
The,
and a very nice, very good natured animal.
mhm. Must
Uh,
have been more of the dog dominant genes, because you can get some wolf dogs where they've got more of the wolf dominant genes, and they can
yeah,
become very pack orientated
I
and
think it was a quarter
yeah.
wolf, quarter. I
Mm,
think, if I remember, but this is many years ago. I may
yeah.
not be remembering properly. But oh, she was just absolutely gorgeous, just
hmm
beautiful animal.
Yeah, they are beautiful animals, and it's like you're so very tempted to get one yourself, but it's like no, can't do that.
Wikipedia says there are Coyote wolf hybrids, yeah, out there called coy wolves. Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Because at the end of the day, they're both canines.
Yeah, and there are some that think the chupacabra, the infamous chupacabra, might be some kind of coyote hybrid.
That would
Which
not surprise me. Yeah,
so
that would not surprise me at all.
yeah, but yeah, that wolf dog or whatever you want to call it she was just absolutely gorgeous. Wished I could have kept her, but at the time we weren't
Mm.
supposed to have a dog, and then we went on and got a dog anyway after he moved out. But uh, we weren't supposed to have it, but we did. Um, yeah. So I think it's just a few minutes early, but I think I am going to call it here
Fair
because
enough.
I hear my bladder calling, and my voice is my voice is going. It's
hmm
almost, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can feel it. It's at the point of breaking at this moment. So going ahead and call
hmm
it just a few minutes early. Chat, thank you for coming out and for your likes and your shares and all of those things that you do, and for those that give the donations, thank you very much. Um, uh, Viper, thanks for coming on. I was glad I had you, and I'll have to have you on more often in the future. Is there anything you want to shout out?
um, just look out for my channel. I'm going to be posting another poem reading soon as I get everything sorted. I'm just working on commissions at the moment. So yeah, there you
There
go.
you go. There you go, folks. Good. Yeah, I have to catch myself because my natural thing today, or my natural thing to say, is anything you want to shill, and my wife has a problem with that term somehow. She doesn't like it, so when she's around, I have to catch myself and say, "Is there anything you need to shout out?" And yes, John Connor has the right. Smash that like button on the way out if you haven't already. Absolutely. Although we have 33 watching and 38 likes, so that's pretty good ratio right there.
Indeed, it is.
Pretty good. As for me, I do work Saturday, but I work the day shift, and I will get home in time. Where technically I could stream, but I don't know how I'm going to feel. There would be just a few minutes between me getting home and the stream, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. But if I can, I will. So look for that. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. And hopefully, very very soon, I've been working on ideas for Redneck Trek, so that's not forgot. I'll be getting to that very very soon. I hope.
hmm
Uh, but if you've got Twitter, keep your eye on Twitter because I do give updates on there and so forth every once in a while. If you don't, hopefully word of mouth will reach you.
More than likely.
I've tried the community tab on my channel, which does work, but I don't know how well it reaches out because it doesn't seem to sometimes. But
yeah, no worries. I don't really use it on my channel. So there you go.
But anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks again, Viper. And
No
but
problem.
until next time, get out of my yard.
Bye.